Ella still has to come back from her cataract surgery. You know, Karen, she got caught speeding.
Karen.
She was just one indiscretion in 20 years. You think that they could have allowed her a little forgiveness as far as
in the bus.
Just driving a private car. She was in a hurry coming, bringing her mom back from an appointment or something like that or something. There just happened to be a state trooper out on both blacktop.
I mean, you can't get a ticket in a drive bus.
No. Anything over 20 mile an hour is automatic loss of license.
She was 20 over.
Holy cow, Karen.
She was 80, 55.
Oh boy. Yeah. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That YouTube thing was not what I talked about, that was it? Minutes in the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Mr. Terry said, to approve the minutes and agenda. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Culvert issue.
Okay. So there's a culvert, which is like right there. So since 2009,
There.
no, it's
More north.
It's right here. It's right by our barn, just right there. Since 2009, we've had a problem. It overflows. There's not enough. There's too much restriction. Actually, with the one, there was just one culvert. We talked to the owner about putting in a bigger one, and they said they weren't going to put any money towards it. If we wanted to, we could. We put in a second culvert ourselves, paid for that. It still has a problem because let's see, up there where it flows down here, it's catching a lot of debris too, and it's getting clogged here. We've been the only people that have ever really cleaned that out after the big rains. We have trees, all kinds of stuff that it clogs it up. And besides the fact that there's not enough water flow right there right now, and then it gets clogged up too. So then, so like right back, we built up our side to help it to flow this way more so. We have a spillway we put in right here to help it flow better. We have a low spot back here. So like this last rain, it overflowed back here and came down this side, and it goes through our barn, which I have a picture of what, and this happens like, so it happens. We try to do something to correct it, so it doesn't happen again, and we'll go a couple years, and then it'll happen again, and then we'll try something else, and it's really not our responsibility. And every time we call the landowner, he doesn't realize the problem we're having because he lives in Oklahoma, I think.
And Kansas.
Okay, and never sees the situation, and or else like, oh, it's just when this is just a fluke thing or something. It's not. It happens.
500-year flood every couple of years.
It's happened since 2009 several times.
And I did talk to Scott, and then I talked to Mark this morning, and Mark thought because it's
This happens.
It's not our land, and
Several.
it's not in a drainage facility, that part we can't help.
This year?
Yeah. And normally it only happens in the spring. This happened in the fall too. It happened in the spring, and now it's happened this fall. So it's happening twice a year.
There's a lot of things that happen. Like the golf course by Bruce Recreation up in Buffalo, the number 2 green in 40 years that Randy Easting has been greenskeeper out there. He's never seen that green underwater this fall.
Well, I've seen this before here.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it doesn't come quite this far out, but this time it did. And so, see, so all the water's here, and then there's hardly any on the other side of the culvert. Oh, this is the other side of my house. So, and then also it's coming down the ditch, you know, by the road too, and that got filled over to our yard because there's just too much restriction right there. It needs a bigger culvert.
So Mark thought that maybe if Scott did some engineering and did a sizing of it and sent it to the landowner, maybe coming from the engineer, that would maybe be a push. So that was Mark's suggestion. But otherwise, we can't really do a lot because it's all private.
I know.
Right. So I was just saying that Mark suggested having Scott do some sizing of a culvert and maybe send a letter to the landowner. And maybe coming from you, it would have more pull than, I don't know.
Sorry, coming in late here.
That's okay.
I think Mark recommended that I do some sizing so that both parties know what needs to be there. We've done that for drainage districts before. This one, of course, is a private ditch, so I guess it depends on it. You'd like our office to be in the middle of that.
Well, and it affects the county conservation land a little bit too, doesn't it?
Yeah, we need access to get to our property. The public can access it as well. And then the renter to the north there, the Smiths, they have to be able to get to their field. And I had communicated with John Forsland on Thursday, and he said something about, well, maybe we'll have to look at a bigger culvert, but he doesn't know any size or expense. I don't know if you've ever talked to John. You probably haven't talked to him. Seems like he's wanting to work with a person. I don't know what you got.
Good. When we put the second culvert in, you know, we called him, you know, like, he was like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not paying him.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And he was the owner then? He always had it?
It was Rita Rasmussen. This is her son-in-law,
Yeah.
his wife, owned the property.
and it was in Tom Rasmussen's for a while. In his trust, and now it's in theirs.
And back when you did the second culvert, who did you talk to then? Was it Tom or this Forsman?
I talked to Forsman. I haven't talked to Tom in quite a few years.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
The second
He's down
pipe,
in Kansas.
the second pipe was put in for the property change, or the owner's change, I believe. I have
Is
some,
that it? Okay.
I had talked to Terry, I had talked to you in 2013, I had found some old notes. And at that time, both pipes were in.
Okay.
And at that time, I believe
But did you put a different pipe in like 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 16?
I'm bad, I know a couple
was a few
years
years
ago, I don't remember exactly what year I did.
It seemed like it was 2 years ago, and then you made that kind of a swale on the east side,
Yeah,
where it's wider, for an
So-
emergency overflow kind of thing.
right. In which this year, a lot of silt got washed through there, and that's why everybody had a hard time getting back there to access it.
And then last week, John Forsland paid for 3 loads of 3-inch rock, and we spread it for him, right through that wide area there.
So the purpose of the rock was to do what?
Just to stabilize it, well, there was a lot of silt in there, so we pulled the silt out and then put new rock over it. They were gonna, it was kind of a muddy mess in there. And Smiths were concerned they couldn't get their combine and their equipment through there, where it was. And I think somebody in a car would have had a hard time getting through there.
my biggest concern would be, the channel's pretty small, actually, if you've seen it. And so, if we do have appropriate sized pipe in there, the floodwaters may still swell from the banks. So, something to keep in mind too, that there may not be a perfect solution here that protects your property, because unfortunately, you're garage pad is only, I think we were looking maybe 2 foot higher than that, than the bank and the crossing there, so, you know, if the water raises even a very small amount, you're gonna be, just looking at that concern there. So, just something that,
There's so much water flowing there and then, but not that much flowing on the other side of the,
and I think could probably pay a little closer attention when we get some nasty floods to go out there and see what it looks like. I think I've been out there with you once. I can't remember exactly. If you got some videos too, I'd like to see those too, because that helps me correlate the floods to the,
there's some pictures I took last week.
okay, maybe I'll get those from you here after we're done talking.
How much lower is it on the other side of the crossing?
It's pretty flat through there.
I mean, as far as when the water's up, ready to go over the top, and then how much lower is it on the other side?
Well, it could be fairly flat because you got the Winnebago River, probably is full at the same time, so
So it's
everything,
backing up
everything.
the other
Another,
direction.
another really important issue too.
No.
Yeah, usually when we're talking to people about culverts, you know, whether you decide if they're big enough or not is if they're already in place. Is if when the water comes up, is the water higher on one side of the road than the other? And if they're the same height, then it's a backwater issue or a channel capacity issue.
So they're not getting the foot, so.
But if you look upstream too, Scott had it on an aerial, the watershed that comes into that area is almost two and 2/3 sections at least.
Is that a little stream or a ditch or going up at an angle, or is that, just,
It's a ditch and it's not huge, but it can really roar. Like I said, it's got about 2 square miles of drainage area, so.
But it's not a drainage ditch.
right, I'm just trying to get a graph of how it's getting there.
When did you guys move in there?
Is it like a natural waterway where
Oh, wait,
it's
I
just
say 09.
always been?
It was 99.
You know,
Okay, this happened since 99, I'm sorry. I take
Right,
it back.
when you said 2009, I'm like,
I
really?
know,
Yeah.
99.
and even like CRP acres have changed upstream over the years. You've got less CRP, more tile.
Yeah, if the size of culvert we need is, you know, a financial burden, I guess I'm just, I don't know. We don't have any authority to press the matter, I don't think, so.
Unless there was a drainage district start. That's a lot of engineering.
Yeah, so
I don't know if people would go for that.
I can, you know, I can work on recommending a size, but I don't know if that will yield a solution here.
So zoom out again. Okay, now click on your tab of drainage districts. Down. No, not. Yeah, there you go. The districts.
You have to zoom out again, cause that color is no district.
It's a non-district.
Right.
Closest one would be 10 right there. Trust me. And now those districts go through here, so. Turn it off again.
That channel is probably as old as the hills.
So this comes from the northwest and it also comes from the southwest there farther up, doesn't it? Looks like. Just loops around.
Click on the water, Carla, a couple lines up from the drainage. Oh, it didn't show up.
We do have a bridge up above it that's not posted yet, but, you know, in the next 5-10 years it could be placed, so I've done some preliminary sizing for that and I can update that and that should give us a pretty good idea of what we're gonna put in when we replace the bridge. And those sizes should correlate pretty closely if they want a condition where it's not overflowing and crossing.
My guess is it's gonna be big enough to where they're gonna have to raise up the driveway to go over it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my concern too, and then
That driveway also has an easement from the USDA to access WRP. So that's,
Can there be any cost share from them?
no, I don't believe so for the access. They just have a written easement to get in through there for inspection. That's all part of the Wetland Reserve Program before it got enrolled back in. So they would have to agree to move there, if they ever move that driveway, a different access.
So, sounds like first step is to get a size recommendation, and then, it's, at that point, probably between you and Porcelain's to try to work out a deal.
But Robert, you utilize that driveway too, right?
Yeah, we have an easement, the county has an easement to get in there to our county property. And we have put some rock on it over the years. But when this issue came up, then that was kind of between Porcelain's and Kendra. I mean, we did help spread it, but,
No, that we weren't involved in that.
oh, you didn't get, okay, we did spread it 2 or 3 years ago for him, after you guys had done the other culvert efforts.
Well, we get somebody to help clean it out, because after a big rain, because it comes through that grove up north of our place, and, I mean, this time, you saw the big trees. I mean, we've cleaned it out several times, just so we can keep the water flowing.
Does it need to be cleaned out by going to the river from your
You know, on that.
property, or you're talking up to the northwest there?
Yeah, so on the north side of the culvert, it needs to be cleaned out, because it's blocking flow also. Not only are the culverts not big enough, but we end up getting trees and stuff that block the flow.
And unfortunately, that's gonna be yours, because it's all private, between you and the landowner to clean it.
And that ditch north of their house goes from their property to his property, kind of meanders back and forth.
There's a lot of people whose acres drain through there that would benefit from a cleanout like that. You know, that would be a thing we would have to get the rest of the landowners to be happy to help clean this out, because it would be just like cleaning a dredge ditch, only it's not a county facility, because everybody would benefit from the cleanout. If you like a drainage district, only it's not.
It'd be nice if the ditch gets cleaned out, everything gets piled on your side. Build it up on
Yeah,
that side.
they'll build up, that would be, give a couple extra feet of protection out of it too.
So whether that's done through private agreement with the landowners, you know, the ones that benefit, or you start a district through engineering, us. It's the only way you're gonna get people to help with it. Other than the landowner of that property.
And is that Forsland property in CRP, or is somebody
No,
farm it?
it's farming.
Oh,
Susan Smith and her family.
oh,
You go up to the township,
it's south of that big Branstead hoop barn thing, whatever it is, right?
yeah, you can see the hoop building from the top.
Is that it? Okay.
You don't give them much care of the straight north winds, I guess.
Yeah, winds don't, I don't,
You don't ever smell it? Really?
We do the highway.
really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, there are handfuls of times where we'll smell the hog confinement too up there, but.
It's not that bad.
Probably going over the top.
Yeah, no, I can't, good, I would never, I don't complain about that at all.
Okay, I will get Scott to size it, and we'll go from there.
Right.
You guys agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it shouldn't take you much since you already have some of the preliminary.
What I'll probably do is just size the bridge and provide her with that information.
Right. There'll be a little bit of land mass added on to that, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I mean,
close.
when we sized drainage ditch crossings, we usually go 25-year floods, and for roads, 50-year floods, because just we don't want roads to overtop, and for some of those private crossings to overtop, it's a little bit, they can afford a little bit more risk there.
Once every 50 years.
Yeah. So, go downstream and lessen the return flood. It should be pretty good.
We had this discussion before, but it hasn't engineering for a 50-year flood changed over the last few years because of the
The hydraulics and everything are always being updated, so the programs we use have continuously updated hydraulic models. So, if I sized it in 2013, it could be different from then.
Right.
So I'll update that.
You got John's Forsman's contact information, I got a phone number.
Okay, oh, sure, I have it.
I've got it.
Okay. All right, so I'll just wait. I'll say that, and then we'll contact.
You rent or own the place?
I think it'd be good, almost good if the two of you could talk before, so at the same time, whether you're at his office, or your office, or whatever. Nice if the two of you are in the same room.
True.
I just want him to realize that there actually is a problem. Cause I'm sure when he comes up and looks at it, there's just a little bit of water trickling through there, so.
Take some pictures of that. As I say, send him the pictures you've got there.
But, the one that shows the water on this side and not this side, is opposite.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, give me 5 minutes and I'll meet you in the hallway.
Okay, yep.
Those pictures and make sure that we have each other's contact information.
Okay.
Got anything?
Our project they're working on now, north and west of 4 City, project we call J15W maintenance box replacement. They set the box on Friday, and so they got that project and one between Leland and Lake Mills open, try to get backfilled and opened up, but our weather's been so sporadic here, but I think they're making good progress despite the weather, so that's a good thing.
The church people are excited you're moving along on that 150th Avenue project. Of course, in their eyes, they see paving equipment sitting right next to your construction equipment. If you know what I'm talking about.
Paving equipment, whatever.
In their eyes, their imagination.
I see, sure.
Paving equipment sitting right next to your
They wrote out this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have I know that one day they had the lay down machine on the maintainer, which does their shoulder edge rut. Yeah, kind of looks like a paving machine in some regards.
Oh, there might have been, not have been anything there, but in their mind, well, that's just the next step.
Sure, yeah. So projects are moving. Yes.
There's a road. Oh, over there in your district. I guess Apple Avenue is pretty sad.
Stick it there.
Okay, good. The other one, I was just on one the other day. I think what that was.
The Bowling Alley Road is, like, I don't know the number, but I drove that down.
Take that here.
That's horrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are ready to be.
There were some farmers that were out during the wet weather.
Yeah, and I expect that or today or tomorrow before they're gonna be thinking about getting back in the field. So yeah, well,
Hopefully we get the crown back in anyway.
Okay? Anything else?
That's it for me.
Chris?
I don't have anything right now.
I had a request for exploratory digging on DD one, sub one. Gordon Anderson called me. That's the one they were talking about the improvement, but then they kind of said we'll work it out among themselves.
Right.
But Jerry Rugnes thinks, well, for one thing, they found a hole in the ditch. And so Jerry wants to do some exploratory, see what kind of condition the existing tile is in. Maybe there's a solution they can repair it to.
Whatever they wanna do.
So I told
But
them, I'd
are
go
they
up
gonna
with
keep
what I'll do.
paying for all this? I mean,
That
they're,
was the intent, that they were willing to at least look at a fix rather than an improvement, just to improve something.
whatever they wanna do.
Because the improvement was so expensive.
Right.
They looked at it as a separate tile going up to Johnson's and Ron, it still got expensive.
Really? Alright. So Roggins knows that he's gonna do that?
Yeah, I'll fill out a form.
Okay.
That it?
Bill? Anything?
I also, DD one, would be lat two that we have now, that other contractor. Are they gonna be picking up the rocks?
Probably, they're not done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've got a renter that the rocks are in the way for parts.
Oh, okay, so then I need to call the contractor, tell them.
Yeah, and there's one on each side of the ditch. And so they're kind of in the way for getting equipment in and out. The other thing, if you look at DD one by Thompson, by the highway, the ditch, where you always come to back with.
Hey, you should come to that.
Well,
I've been,
coming out of Joy D. Robinson's field there, that Michael says farm next to K1 shop.
okay,
There was a blowout in the ditch. I think they might have cleaned it out. I'm not sure. I haven't see down in there, but the bank is gone. So it's
So that's Larson,
yeah. We need to fix the bank so it doesn't keep eroding there,
right?
or maybe we need to install a surface drain there.
Yeah, I'll call Larson.
Should we have the engineer look at it?
I mean, I'll call Rick.
Yeah, just on the north side of the road.
Just on the north side of the waters.
You can see it caved in. But I'm thinking they might have cleaned it out again, but it's still faint.
Okay, I'll call Rick and he'll call Larson.
What's the specs on picking up rocks for Larson, the contractor?
What do you mean? That's just part of their contract.
How big a rock?
Oh, I don't know that answer. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to stop the tractor unless it's at least as big as the skull. Then once I stop, then I'll pick that small ones up too.
Okay. Thank you. Semi-monthly.
Yeah, my apologies. I was helping
Let's
Chelsea
just go,
yesterday.
you got anything for open forum?
No, I just wondered if you had anything for claims.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Second
sorry I
Sunday.
didn't send it out.
We all looked at them now.
Helping Chelsea, so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the semi-monthly county claims.
I'm sorry. Motion by Terry, second by Bill, to approve the semi-monthly county claims. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Open forum. Got anything?
Yeah,
You did?
I do.
Good.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
In one of our local publications, you said that the Department of Public Health, the local Department of Public Health, have to have two supervisors, one to run the administrative and one to run the financial.
Yes.
I talked with the Director of Public Health for the state of Iowa. She knows of no such regulation. So where did this come from? Was this something that you guys were doing some sort of sharing?
No, it came from Ruth Merchant. I just assumed it was,
It came from Ruth.
My understanding has something to do with Medicare
Well,
reimbursements.
when I talked to the Medicare people, they said the same thing. They
Really?
recommend that they have a second person who acts as a assistant administrator,
So it might be the difference between.
but that assistant administrator there's no delegation between finances and, I have to do a fact check because I got
Absolutely.
a lot of
I'm
calls
glad
from
you
people
brought it
going,
up.
what the heck's going on?
that's very disappointing.
So, I mean,
Yeah, there's a big difference between a requirement and a
Absolutely.
suggestion.
Absolutely there is.
so I'm just curious if we hired two people.
All right, I'll check into it.
Okay.
There might be some interesting things happening.
Because when I talked to Polly, she's like, what? Let me get back to you. And she was back to me within 10 minutes and she said, that's not the case. We don't have any rules like that. There's nothing on the federal level that says there's a rule that somebody has to do the finances and somebody has to do the administrative work. So I'm just curious if the,
Missed me that it was slipped by Sandy too.
I don't know. I just wanted to
Yeah.
find out. So I
Yeah,
can clarify everything because people are
I'm glad
wanting to
you-
investigate it.
Made me aware of that.
So if I get back within a week and find out,
I will be working on it this afternoon when I'm done here.
okay, all right.
All right. That's it from us. We're just gonna do payroll. Let's just look it over, so. Stick around. Hi Sandy, you in the building? Can you come up to the supervisor's room? Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Suppose you're gonna have to be careful under what you can say.
This is just a, whatever they call it, information, ministerial. Cause that sure throws a monkey wrench into what we did.
That's why I'm asking.
Maybe something that was relatively unpopular, more unpopular.
Yeah.
We just got a lot of queries on our website as to
Yeah.
why an administrator doesn't handle finances. It didn't make any sense. So
sense to me to have those duties separated. But if it's not needed, then that's a huge, I wouldn't have voted for it.
I guess, yeah, how would you replace that person? What? They had to leave. Had a good cyclone being the other day.
Yes, it
Well,
was.
yes,
I like that quarterback.
they're,
Wasn't perfect, but for a freshman, he's good.
it might be for a little bit for real here. Two, you know, because you hate to get cocky.
You got Oklahoma.
Defense,
Well, they did pretty good, yeah.
I know they did
Against the
okay.
number 6, I mean, they were, what, top 10 in the country in offense? I mean, that's pretty good. Made that Heisman Trophy candidate look pretty silly.
Hi.
we're an open forum.
Okay.
It's been brought to my attention, to all of us, that it is not a federal mandate, for Board of Health, or not Board of Health, but for public health, to have separation of duties.
Oh, really? That's what they told us.
I know that's what they told us. So what are we gonna do?
You have that in writing?
You can talk to the Department of Public Health. I talked to Polly up there and she said, no, that was not the case.
Really?
She's not aware of any,
That
Rules and
that downright
regulations to this
pisses
effect.
me off.
Well, then they lied to us.
I know they did.
We meet Friday.
and if you want, you can contact the office as well.
No, I think
There's a
you're
lady
right.
by the name of Polly that's up there. She is allegedly the director, so at the state level. And she's saying that there is no,
Follow you said?
yeah, I believe is her name. You can call me at the office later. I'll give you the name. It's sitting on my desk.
Are you gonna call her?
I'll call her.
Okay.
By all means, go right ahead.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it and we'll straighten things out, trust me.
Well, I'm just, like I said, I'm just curious, since there were a lot of other people, they wanted to find out why an administrator does not handle the finances. That makes absolutely no sense. That's like you saying, well, we're not gonna do what we're doing right now on the desk.
What's Allison's title?
Administrative and nurses.
Well, that's what we were told.
I know it was, you know.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
You there all day?
I live there. I just rent the house for the dogs.
You have an extra room?
No, they get the whole house. I just show up to visit it.
I thought maybe I could send Tony there. I don't know.
Call me after you talk.
Okay, I will. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, I will do that.
See you, dear.
Well, you can just hope that where the communication came from, they, well, I'll do it, well, no, either one, I'll do it, or they misunderstood what they interpreted things wrong. Well, that means we're gonna have to change things.
Would somebody be so kind as to let me know what the outcome is on this, even though I already know?
Sure, yeah.
You know, somebody can text me or whatever.
It might be who you come to our Board of Health meeting Friday morning.
Friday morning, what am I doing? Got a shuffleboard tournament, then there's the chess cleaning I gotta do.
It's 7:30.
7:30 in the morning?
About 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Sometimes a little bit longer.
I'm walking the dogs, but she can hold it. I'll see if I can make it.
It's at the public.
Got it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being here.
Oh, I love fireworks. It's too bad we only get to shoot them off twice a year.
Well,
I'm just disappointed.
and if you're the one that researched it and found it, it's best to come from you. Rather than maybe even Mike.
Yeah.
So you say Ruth is the one that told you this?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess shame on me, I didn't do my due diligence and check her out. I guess I should have done that.
Like I said, I just called the Department of Public Health. She got back to me within a day. She's having problems with her cell phone. And I called up at the state, and she said that she apologized. She didn't get back to me in a timely fashion. I said 24 hours is timely, don't worry. And then she questioned the whole process. And then she just kind of, for a long moment, she paused on the other end of the phone. She says, I'm not aware of any such rule. There's no rule like that. Now, if it's some sort of delegation of the duties within internally, it might have been misspoken by somebody, and that's understandable. But the recommendation by the Department of Public
Yeah, but
Health,
that wouldn't have gotten passed down to the local boards.
right? But the Department of Public Health, at least what she was saying, is that they recommend that there be somebody else who would be in charge in the event that the administrator is not there.
It's a huge difference between recommended and have to.
Right. So, and in her words, it's always good to have that, but there was nothing.
And that still won't change the fact that you all have this with.
Yeah.
I'm curious, has anybody done any research on the per capita pay for our nursing administrator versus other
Yes.
comparable?
In fact, that seminar I went to last Tuesday night was awesome. It's on my laptop.
I was supposed to ask you about that. I'm very glad you went to that. I had another meeting and I couldn't go.
That was an awesome. It was put on by the Iowa State Extension Service. And their website gives you all of that. It gives you per capita spending for virtually all departments. I can't remember it's I'll have to email it.
Shoot it to me or email it one way or the other.
Yeah, and you can go, anybody can go on that webpage, and it's an awesome resource.
So you would say
If I remember correctly, I think it's $275 per population that we spend on public health.
Okay.
But don't hold me to it. I mean, there's about 15 different, but it just gives you a good overlay of what's going on.
Okay. All right. Just curious to find out what it was per capita salary, per capita spending, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you could fire that information out to me, I would appreciate it. That way I can make a justifiable argument back.
We love facts.
They create the most controversy.
Facts.
I said facts are good.
Unless, of course, they don't come down on your side. then you must deflect and distract.
Well, sirs, thank you. I appreciate it. As soon as you can get that information to me or Carla, one of the two, I would appreciate it. That's wrong, Terry.
We'll put that on this. I wouldn't even allow that loose.
She doesn't know when to shut up.
Golly, why would you even get that out there? That just makes you look.
But she is 0.9%.
Well, no,
But they compared it with not Native Americans, but three other,
yeah, no, it was.
Mexican and
Yeah, they didn't actually even use the Native American stuff. So, and the leader of the Cherokee, whatever it is
The chair of the,
livid about her claim. And she got jobs because she signed that. Said that was true.
Oh, the definition. Yes, how much?
My wife in theory is 1/8. That's a lot more.
0.25.
Yeah, and won't keep a tomahawk in the house.
Well, if you're a believer in the Bible, we're all connected.
Yeah,
So,
in theory.
no, in fact,
Well,
if you believe.
it all depends on your point of view. For you and me, it may be fact. Yeah.
through some distant crazy lineage from the cradle of life in Egypt, we somehow or other, or Africa, we suddenly all came. Right, okay.
Like,
Well, sirs,
oh,
Mike, I'll be expecting it.
yeah. I'll make the motion to approve doodle things.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.